some information about Linda to get to know her a little bit is Linda was born and raised in Minnesota, but left when she was 19 years old and joined the Air Force. She started the weight loss program in August of 2020. It was suggested she tried a program because of her weight and type 2 diabetes. She was unsure and skeptical, but decided to give it a shot. She went to all of her appointments and saw all the people recommended to her. Once she got into the the weight started to come off, and more she wanted to learn about living a healthy lifestyle. It took a little over 2 years, but she finally hit her goal of 125 pounds. Wow. She also shared that her favorite thing to do in her spare time is hang out with her 10-year-old grandson. And she likes to do sports, especially baseball, go on many adventures and around town and watch movies. Awesome. Well, I'm going to hand it over to you now, Linda, okay?
Okay. All right. So as Camille said, my name is Linda, and I did get into the program. Dr. Jones suggested it because I was very overweight with the diabetes plus high cholesterol, back issues. I was to the point where my doctor had given me a handicap placard because it was just too much even to walk across the street to Cub. So after that, I went to my first appointment and I met Sarah, and she gave me all the materials that everyone gets and kind of highlighted, where to start and whatnot, and, the main thing, high protein, low carbs. So my next trip to the grocery store, I looked at the list that's in the binder that you get of suggested foods. I'm like, okay, I can do this, this, and this, and started away. I needed to definitely make some changes in my what I was eating. My favorite snack back then was white chocolate peanut M&Ms. Haven't had those in 3 years. Switched to some more healthier type foods. I got a little kind of like a suggestion on that in a little bit, but I just started to lose weight and things were going pretty good. My biggest resistance was the exercise piece. I finally started doing some walking. Noticed the difference. I started walking further, started doing for time and stuff, and that really helped. And then I made an appointment with Sandy, and she got me into some, wanted to do some toning, so she got me into that. And I just want to say, when it comes to the exercise, and a lot of this, start out slow, don't dive in, right away and totally, and take it easy. My exercise stuff, I started with a 12-minute stretching exercise that I found on FitOn. I did that for 2 weeks before I went into added something different. So taking it nice and slow and easy is what I recommend. It worked great for me. Let's see. And then, not too long after that, just on a Tuesday evening like this, there was a topic about cooking healthy. So I learned a lot, and I'm like, okay, we'll give it a try. So I went online, and there are tons of cookbooks out there for eating healthy, but what I was focusing on was eating healthy cookbook for one. And I found a few out there, and I finally picked one. I still use it today. I love it because all the recipes are for 1 or 2 servings. The food is, I learned how to do spices and oils and all that fun stuff that's a lot healthier, and it really does taste good. I know I've heard people say, when can I go back to eating what I used to eat? And say, well, I don't really eat like I used to eat anymore, and I've got some new favorites that are just, they're a lot better, and they make you feel better. So I got my new cookbook, and I was excited. I looked at my first recipe, and it was a chicken breast recipe with some breadcrumbs and stuff on it, and I had never cooked with olive oil before, and I smoked up the house. So it was a learning thing that different oils cook differently, but now I don't have any problems, and it's just you just got to try it to do it. The recipe said put it on medium heat, and so I did, and well, my medium heat was probably higher than their medium heat. So don't be afraid to just try it, learn how to do something different, something new. And like I said, it can be really tasty. I have recipes out of this book that even my 10-year-old grandson really likes. His favorite is the brown rice with black beans, chopped up celery and carrots, and then you put a little salsa on top. And it is really good. So, and all black bean burgers, there's recipes out there for that that's really tasty also. And not only eating healthier and cooking healthier makes you feel better, but the calories are less. So you're not using up as many calories compared to, let's say, a regular hamburger versus a turkey burger versus a black bean burger. The turkey burger is going to be in the middle, and the black bean burger, depending on how you make it, is will be less. And what you use with a bun, without a bun, whole wheat compared to the white bun, whatever. Obviously, the whole wheat is a much better combination with it. And I've just found different things, and this is like a personal thing on what to put on it to make it taste different. I use turkey burgers most of the time, but like one time I might put some Thai sweet and chili sauce on it, or the next time I might put just a little bit of like mayonnaise, or next time ketchup. So you can switch it up so you're not eating the exact same thing. I think that's the best thing, is just to learning how to switch it up. And then the exercise thing, that just helps not only burn calories, it also helps with keeping your body moving, keeping you more limber. I know when I was heavier, I had a really hard time walking, so I started out really slow, only a couple blocks. So it's nice to be able to just kind of go at it slow and then just work up and get to the point. Rushing it, I don't think is like I think a lot of people try to rush what they're trying to do, and I think taking your time is a good thing. Let's see. I did learn some tricks. Some tricks I learned from other people. Some tricks I just came up on my own. Plan your meals at least by the beginning of the day. I do that because I didn't want to go over on calories, and I wanted to see what I was going to eat. So like for me, breakfast is pretty much the same. I usually have one of my favorites is Greek yogurt with frozen berries. Just drizzle a little honey on top of it, or some oatmeal with some pure maple syrup on it instead of the brown sugar. So and then I use almond milk too instead of regular milk. So there's different things you can do, and those range. Well, if I do a half a serving of the yogurt and berries, that's like 85 calories. The oatmeal with the syrup is about 200 calories. So that all depends. And then lunch is when I usually do my shake. And for me, I didn't like waiting between breakfast, lunch, and dinner. So I spaced it out. So I was eating breakfast, and then around 10 o'clock I would eat a protein bar or something. And with the protein bars, some of them can be pretty high calorie. I cut mine in half. And it's fine to get me till lunch. And then lunch, like I said, I do the protein shake. And then a snack mid-afternoon, which could be anything from sugar snap peas with carrots, or depending on how many calories I like the salsa with some chips. But the chips that I eat while I'm talking about it is they're not regular chips. They are veggie crisps, and they're not veggie sticks. That's something totally different. But these are actually made with black beans, peas, rice. Some of them have no, I can't think of it. It's another bean type thing. But anyways, they're good. They have a little bit of sea salt on them. They're healthier than regular chips. So if you eat a serving of those, it's not so bad if you get that chip craving. There's different flavors. The bad thing is with those, so far I've been able to find them at Walmart, Target, and Amazon. Cub doesn't carry them. So, you got to kind of shop around for them. But it's a good snack. Dinner, that's usually my big meal. I usually do a protein with some veggies and an apple. My trick with dinner is I drink at least 8 to 12 ounces of water. I drink some before and then some during. That just makes me feel more full. I don't eat as much. And then I'm good to go. A lot of the meals that I eat out of my healthy cooking cookbook range between, well, some are lower than 300, but I'd say most of them are between 300 and 400 calories for a meal. And then, you add an apple, which is about 78 calories. And so it's really not that bad. Another trick is, let's see, yes, I'm not sure about you guys, but sometimes my stomach will feel full, but my mouth is saying I want something to eat. I carry around like 2 different flavors of gum, and if that happens, I just pop a piece of gum in my mouth. It gets you that chewing thing going. So your brain's saying, okay, I'm getting something to chew on. I'm happy. Another thing that I did is when I first started this program, I was drinking a ton of Diet Coke. Now I drink mostly water. Some plain, some flavored. The only thing that with the flavored water is if you buy it, is you got to watch on what they put in it as far as sweeteners. A lot of them use the aspartame stuff. That's your, own decision or whatever. That's not like really one of the healthiest things in the world. There are some out there that use stevia, which is better. But so you got to watch. Another thing is like with snacks and stuff is to just find a different option. Well, yogurt and fruit, sometimes I have that for a snack instead of breakfast. I talked about the veggie crisps, and they come in different flavors. Chickpea, that was the other bean in there. But, so you can decide which ones you like. I think that's like salt and pepper, the one with the chickpea in it, and then the one without chickpea. One of my favorite is the jalapeno flavored one. Get that chocolate craving, take a piece of dark chocolate. The dark chocolate that I buy, I get that from Cub. I get their organic brand because it comes in really small squares. So it's easier to figure out calories. And if I just want a little bit, then that's all I get. Being in Minnesota, pretty soon, we're going to want stuff warmer to drink. Me and my grandson go sledding a lot and whatnot, and we come home and he wants, the hot chocolate. And his mom is like, no sugar. So I went online and tried some hot chocolate recipes, healthy hot chocolate recipes. And didn't find one that I really liked. And then I just got the idea to combine the things out of the different recipes I had to make my own. You know, that's what's great about this stuff is you can do, you don't like something, you can just figure out what you do like. But so now the hot chocolate is, you know, it's got the cocoa in there. It's got the pure maple syrup. I'm trying to think, I haven't made it for a while. I put a little stevia in there. I use almond milk. Oh, and then one of the recipes said a dash of cinnamon, which is actually really good. Another thing that we like are pancakes. And so I did some searching, looking for protein pancakes, healthy pancakes, whatnot, and I finally found one. Real simple to make. It takes, you take the oatmeal and you put it in the blender or food processor and make it into flour. And then I can't remember everything that's in it. Mostly like probably an egg and, you know, stuff like that. And it calls for 1/3 of the mini chocolate chips. So I put those in there, and my grandson loves them. I love them. Put the pure maple syrup over it. Actually, he eats them without syrup. And you're good to go. And what I do if I make too many, I throw them in the freezer and take them out as needed. So, let's see, the other one, pizza. Almost everybody likes pizza. And I would buy the frozen pizza from the store and eat that. That was our Friday night meal. And at age 8, my grandson had high cholesterol, so we switched things up. I buy cauliflower pizza crust, and I make my own sauce, which is basically no salt tomato sauce with some garlic powder, onion powder, and Italian seasonings, and a little bit of olive oil. I do that. I get the cheese that has, well, mozzarella really has the low calorie type cheese, but I add a little bit of extra in there for flavoring. And I use turkey pepperoni. And I figured out with that, with a half a pizza, came out to like 370 calories. And it tastes really good. Now, if I give it to somebody, I don't tell them what it is until they try it. Once they try it and they say, oh yeah, this is really good, then I tell them what it is. Yeah, let's see, that covers pizza. And another one is salad dressings. You want to eat a salad, and the balsamic, I always have problems with that word. Salad dressing is good, but you want something different. I buy this, let's see, I got it out here. It's called Bolt House Farms. It's in the produce section. It's refrigerated. It comes in like 4 or 5 different flavors, but it's a yogurt-based salad dressing. So they range, depending on the flavor, range from about either 25 or 30 calories. I think one is 70. The one I use is 50. So there's lots of, you know, different options out there. It's just looking for it. Let's see, I think that's all I have for healthier options. And then measure everything. I measured, they laugh at me at work. I measure everything from salad dressing to the syrup on whatever I'm eating. It's just, I don't know, that way I got it exact. I'm not overeating, using too much. So, I definitely recommend measuring everything. And the hard part is sometimes figuring out how many calories it is, because it'll say, I'm just going to use a really simple one here. It'll say 4 tablespoons of syrup is 200 calories. So you figure it out. For me, if I eat 2 pancakes, a tablespoon of syrup is plenty, so it's 50 calories. The same thing with salad dressings or anything. And what I found out is sometimes when you're making something and it'll say, you know, you need so much of this, but you're not making the whole recipe, or you want to, you know, cut it for whatever reason. And let's say how many, another one that I know, how many teaspoons are in a tablespoon if I want to cut it in a third. So there's 3 teaspoons in a tablespoon. We are all now very lucky that we carry around in our pockets little calculators, little computers, and I just Google everything. If I don't know what it is, real helpful. Another thing that is real helpful with calories is I went to the dollar store and I bought a telephone and address book. And so in there, I put everything that I eat, like let's say bananas. A medium banana is 90 calories. So if I went under B, it says bananas 90 calories. Same thing for like, you know, apples, carrots, pears, whatever it is. It just saves time and really convenient to have that handy. I keep it right in the kitchen so I know exactly where it is. It also kind of helps out too if you're trying to figure out what you're going to eat for the day. You can just pull that out and it's right there. Let's see. Another thing that I was taught was don't park near the door when you go somewhere. And you know, I started doing that, and it's really great because number one, I'm getting more steps in, getting a little bit more exercise. And number two, it's easier to find a parking spot. And number three, everybody's trying to get as close as they can, so it's more congested. So I'm back out of the congestion. So there's lots of advantages for parking towards in the parking lot at the end. This one here, it all depends on your family size and who you're cooking, but make only 1 or 2 servings at a time when you do your meals. So, you know, if there's 2 of you, make 2 servings, or if you want leftovers, 3 or 4, but I wouldn't do anything more than that because the more leftovers there are in the fridge, the more I'm going to want to eat it. And it also helps on saving money, food waste, all that good fun stuff. So, yeah, that's keeping your, you know, your refrigerator and pantry stocked with what you need. But if you don't want it, and you know, if it's not something you don't eat, I wouldn't buy it. I just keep it out. For like me, and ice cream was another one of my things that I loved, and that's how I started eating the yogurt and berries because it's, you know, but less sugar, a lot less calories, a lot healthier. But if I really want ice cream, and I admit I'll have one a couple times a year, I just go to Dairy Queen and get a really small thing, or I'll go over to Cub and get like the pint and break that up into 2 or 3 servings. So, yeah, just don't have it in the house. It's just too tempting for me anyways. I think, redoing your recipes. I love chili, love cooking chili. But now I've changed my chili and people still like it. But I use the ground turkey instead of the ground hamburger. The tomato sauces and stuff that I use, I try to buy the lower or no salt. Because usually by the time you get done seasoning it, you really don't need all that. Use your favorite seasonings and try new ones. I learned a lot about new seasonings and stuff. Now my seasoning rack is completely full. It never used to be. And I got rid of the onion salt and garlic salt and replaced it with onion and garlic powder. Oils. I use olive oil a lot now. I don't know when the last time I used any corn oil or anything like that, canola oil, any of it. Let's see. But yeah, I think that a lot of foods that us Americans like to eat, we can replace with healthier options. And there's just, and then there's other healthier stuff too. So a result from me doing all this stuff with eating healthier and reducing calories and exercising is, like Camille said, I've lost 125 pounds. I haven't taken any diabetes meds for about 2 years. And last time I saw Sarah, she said I probably don't have diabetes anymore. My cholesterol numbers are normal. I haven't used my handicap placard, and I don't know how. In fact, I don't even have it in the car anymore. And when you eat healthy, obviously it's going to affect you physically, and I can tell you that it's going to make you feel better. Eating healthy also affects your mental health, which is something that I also have experienced. Anything from memory to just not having the fog or whatever. There is a book that I did read about the mental health connection and eating healthy. It's called This Is Your Brain on Food. It was written, I don't remember her name, but it was written by a woman who is a nutritionist and a psychiatrist. And it covers all kinds of different mental health stuff if you're interested. But she also talks about eating healthy for physically too, but it primarily focuses on mental health. I've used what I've also learned at work. Where I work, I'm in charge of grocery shopping for 9 people. We have 9 patients, and I totally revamped the entire menu. And the point of this is, when I did it, I was like, okay, you guys are going to eat a little healthier. So I just went in and I Googled healthy, cheap, easy meals. And I got tons of hits. And so I picked out enough. I made a menu for 2 months. And I always get, I'm not going to eat that. And I'm like, well, try it. If you don't like it, go make a sandwich. Well, they end up liking it, and they ask for the recipe before they leave. But you can do it. It saved. I've gotten my budget where I'm below budget almost every week now, so it can also save you money by doing that. And we all like to save money. So I'd like to end with is that I really did learn a lot working with all the great people at the weight loss program. Like I said, I worked with Sarah and people in the nutrition. I worked with Sandy. So that has been a great help and great guidance. I learned a lot doing Tuesday nights. I haven't been doing them as regular lately, but still do. You can keep learning. I'm still working on the right exercises for me. I know what doing a weight loss journey isn't easy, but it's very doable and it's very worth it. I just, every time you lose a pound, it's great. Good job. Do it. You're one step closer. And, yeah, you guys can do it. I know it. And that's it, Camille.